Alrighty, trying to get this video done was a huge hassle. First, I was dealing with cloud errors. I was also dealing with a lot of disconnections, and of course, trying to find multiple games for it. But every single game kept disconnecting, or the host kept disconnecting. And this is all because I was trying to get a video recorded for Vermintide 2 because of a thing I brought up with Mortis Trials in the previous video. So I was trying to get Chaos Waste recorded, and that was such a hassle. I have done Chaos Waste a few times already since trying to make this video, and I have not had a whole lot of luck trying to stay in a game long enough to not only beat Chaos Waste, but to actually, get maybe 2 or 3 expeditions done before getting disconnected from the game. And then of course having that cloud save. So this was actually 2 days worth. I was supposed to get this posted Saturday. Now it's Monday morning, going into the afternoon now. Yeah, it's a hassle. I'm going to keep trying though, because I've actually been enjoying Vermintide. It was actually my first time coming back to Vermintide since, I think since Sienna's Necromancer update dropped actually. So it's been a while since I've played Vermintide. So anyway, just kind of enjoy whatever was going on with the video. I didn't get much done. Oh, it'll come back to me. I was talking about something.
Where shall I kill him? Under the mountains. Where shall I leave him? Under the mountains.
Alrighty, what's up guys? So I wanted to do a follow-up video. This is not in Darktide, of the Mortis Trials video I did, and there was a mode I talked about that I said Darktide should have that is kind of similar to what Vermintide 2 has, which is what we're in right now. We're in Warhammer Vermintide 2, which is same developers who made Darktide. It's a much older game, but it's an old but gold game, as they say. It's a pretty fun game, although albeit it's a much harder game compared to Darktide. Darktide is easy mode regardless of what difficulty you play on, even with the Maelstrom missions and all that on Damnation and such, the Orc level stuff. Vermintide 2 is way harder. And it's kind of hard to describe why it's harder. It's just harder. Or maybe it's just because it's been a while since I've played this game. Played a couple games earlier just to kind of get back into it, get a feel for it again. And yeah, as I remember, it actually is pretty hard, so I don't think it's just me. Or maybe this is because I don't play this game every day like I used to. And then when I first started booting up Darktide when it first came out, that's why I actually kind of noticed that Darktide was actually way easier. So I don't know, maybe that's kind of difficult to describe why Vermintide 2 is so much harder. Maybe because it's a little more focused on melee. I don't know. We're gonna jump into the mode that I was talking about that Darktide should probably have. Hopefully Darktide gets at some point. The mode is called Chaos Waste. Chaos Waste is it's a Rogue Lite mode where it's a series of battles. Of course, there's modifiers. You can pick up a currency that's specific to that mode. It's not a virtual currency. It's just in-game currency. Pilgrim coins, as they're called. Use those to upgrade your weapons. So you'll start with common gear, and then as you start finding pilgrim coins, as you move up through the missions, you can use those pilgrim coins to go to certain stations, little upgrade stations, where you can upgrade your melee or your ranged weapon. It just depends on which station you're at. There's also mission modifiers. There's modifiers that you can get for your characters. There's I believe they're called boons, and essentially it's a way to grow your character, get as strong as they possibly can, make sure you have a good weapon loadout and all that, because eventually it culminates into a final battle, which is a boss battle. I think if I remember right, those boss battles will actually vary. Sometimes it's just a massive horde that you got to survive. Sometimes it's a boss battle. Sometimes it's kind of a mix in between. Chaos Waste is pretty lengthy. Each mission is about 15 minutes or so. Just kind of depends on how quickly you can get through each wave. And then of course it's a multi-tiered mission structure type thing. So it's a pretty adventurous type mode. Either way, it is going to be pretty lengthy. I don't know if I want to trim it down or not, because I kind of want to just show the full length of Chaos Waste. We are going to be playing on champion difficulty. Champion difficulty is the Malice difficulty equivalent of Darktide. All right, that was just unfortunate. Not only did I find a game, it was already in progress. It wasn't a fresh game. I already spawned dead for some reason. I guess the bot I was taking over for was already dead. And then of course the other 2 guys got snatched up, so it was game over. Let's try that again. All right, I am not dead this time.
Portion here. I can't vouch for the taste.
All right, so here is an upgrade. I can upgrade my weapon, but I don't have any pilgrims coins, so I gotta find it. One thing you can't do in this game is you can't sprint. There is no sprint function. There are no Medicaid stations, so to speak. Everyone has to kind of find their own individual health potions, and then there's also health packs that give you larger portions of health. But again, you kind of have to figure out who needs the health more often than others, you can also give health potions to other people, so you can actually heal other players.
Think you can match an Azurite through sheer numbers? Ha! The arrogance.
The one thing I will say though, the game does look a bit dated, but I can easily overlook the graphics because the game is just that fun. You know, don't need to have a good-looking game for it to be fun. Pilgrim's coins that's needed to upgrade your weapons. A loot rat, they usually drop some pretty good stuff, usually a lot of pilgrim coins.
Go softly into your
Those are assassins, they're basically poxhounds. Well, they basically function the same way as a poxhound. They'll pounce you until someone gets them off you. Yeah, this is what I love about.
Sigmar's a sort of ancestor god, isn't he? Aye, it's unky. It's why the Empire flourishes. They had the good sense to come round to the doorway way of thinking.
Are you certain? Perhaps you dwarves learned the truth from Sigmar?
Nonsense, Grimgy. Sigmar even had a beard.
That's another thing too, is I like the little dialogues between each character. Since each character is basically heroes, they're basically friends, so to speak. So there's a lot of witty dialogue between them. Keeps the game entertaining. So here's like the roguelike aspect of it. So now we get to choose what's next. This was actually the first mission we were on, and then here you can see what the modifiers are. So plus hordes, minus specials, life leech. We can earn a 20% cooldown boon. I don't know how they'd be able to work the chaos aspect of Darktide if they were to add something like Chaos Waste, because it's different. It's the way chaos works in Age of Sigmar is different than how it works with the 40k universe. I don't know all the details about it.
Looks like more ammunition.
You call yourself archers?
So far, no one else has joined this game. It'd be nice to have 2 more players, because right now we have 2 bots. It's only me and the dwarf that are players.
Never have I seen such a display.
Let's see if I can upgrade my weapon here. I cannot. 6 coins short. There's also no need to worry about a fortitude feature. There is no coherency like it is in Darktide. So this is the trials. Let's see if we can do it. We do this, that chest will give us some goodies. Boon, pilgrim coins, something like that. Oh, something else. Someone busted open a thing. I got a life. I think this is a lifesteal potion. Yep. No, it's not a potion of lifesteal. I think it's just makes my melee attacks a little bit stronger. We're in a very claustrophobic environment at the moment. Yeah, so no fortitude, no coherency. It's just it's just all pure health. Although you do see on my health bar, the gray little bar, it's basically like a fortitude type thing.
Don't leave your reward behind.
So here is a boon. Here you can see, pick something that you think would be good. I might just go for the shields. Yeah, I'll go for shield. That purple bar with the two skulls a bit above my health bar, that's actually my ability bar, or blitz if you're not familiar with Vermintide but are familiar with Darktide. You guys refer to that as a blitz meter. These here are potions, healing potions. Ooh, potion of endless bombs. This is another thing too, the potions that are featured in this game. There's so many different potions to use, and kind of keeps your playstyle a little, well, not keeps it fresh, but allows you to augment your playstyle a bit. I just picked a potion of endless bombs, so I get to throw as many bombs as I want for the duration of that potion. It will be useful for some boss fights.
Devious elven mind is impossible to decipher. She decides to shoot me now?
What kind of glaykit mayfly would choose to live here?
So now I've got enough pilgrim coins to upgrade my weapon. I just gotta wait until I can find another upgrade station. Or another anvil. Got an assassin somewhere.
There's a runner in the shadows.
Yeah, that hissing that you hear in the background, that's an assassin. Basically the a pox hound. Okay, now I can finally upgrade my weapon. It'll upgrade, this one's to upgrade my bow. Alright, gave me a short bow, okay.
Stop shooting me, Corellian!
I don't have the short bow that gives me 99 arrows, because then I can fire it like a machine gun. Although this one has poison arrows, so that's actually not too bad. That's a good upgrade.
Come on, up here!
Yeah, the primary enemy that you fight in Vermintide is the Packsworn, the rats. Otherwise, the secondary enemy that we fight is Chaos, or Forces of Chaos. I don't believe they're Nurgle, though. They're Forces of Nurgle.
Oh, no, it is about that letter.
No, actually, I think they are Forces of Nurgle.
Watch my career.
Medical supplies, so these are the ones that give you full health, or if not...
Why do you suppose he said
Yeah, I think they give you full health, if not, I think it's like 80% health. I don't need it right now, because then, actually... Pick it up and drop the potion.
Those bandages.
I know you are here, heretics.
Show yourselves.
Yeah, I don't have to worry too much about Barden being away from the team, because there, again, there is no coherency, but if he gets hit by a horde, I mean, he's kind of on his own. Feels like they're going to come from behind, but that's actually a point of no return right there, so they will not be coming that way.
Hard to fathom, but I am on your side. Help!
I don't mind short bows, but I prefer long bows. They're more of a power weapon. Whereas short bows are good for horde clearing. Potion of Aegis, actually, I don't want that. So the Potion of Endless Bombs.
So this Marius Holzayer, he's a heretic?
Of the worst kind. He writes as one fascinated by the Chaos Gods. Not that I...
Another upgrade station. I don't have any coins, though.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, no, I do. I can temper a
You
weapon.
do know that we've got loads of his paintings in the kitchen.
Okay, so... Oh,
Sneak eye! Watch your backs!
alright, now it's coming back to me. So there's upgrade stations that will give you a different weapon. And then there's stations like the one I was just at, which will temper the current weapon you have equipped. So if you like the current weapon you have, find those temper stations and you can just make the weapon that you already have stronger. And I intend to keep this glaive. It's probably Corellian's best weapon. If you're not a shade, that is. Alright, that's the end of this mission. Not too bad. Kind of surprised there weren't as many hordes considering the modifier had extra hordes. What's next? Shrine of Harmony, more gifts, Harmony and Fortune. I think I'll go with Fortune. I need more coins. I think this gives you coins. I think the other one, this one here, gives you a boon. Or just a passive ability that you can get. Or a
You
talent.
can spend pilgrims' coins at this shrine to receive boons. Or maybe a miracle to benefit everyone. I won't judge much. Don't worry. You each have your own coins. Spend or save as you wish.
Yeah, I'll just do
I
that.
bought the miracle.
So these
You
are...
may worship me.
These here, called miracles, these are the ones that are passive for the whole team. Whereas the ones on the right are for individuals. But nothing on the right kind of caught my eye, so I just went with a team bonus. Okay, so Skaven, not as many elites, more monsters, so rat ogres and such. And there's a modifier right there, Bolt of Change. So we got to pay attention to these bolts from the skies.
The skies are alive with bolts
Right
of
there.
change. Keep moving.
I don't know how frequent it is, but we just got to pay attention. Gotta get moving. I don't remember if the bolts will... Fortunately turned that one into a Chaos Warrior. Okay, luckily I got a health pack.
A Sigmar can become a god. So can any of us. What would you be?
Perhaps it's better you remain mortal after all.
Next time I find a Chaos Warrior, I'll just use my ability to possibly one-shot it. Corellian's ability to use her arrows actually is pretty good against... Actually, I can probably demonstrate. So if I get a headshot here... As you can see, it basic... Oh, I accidentally wasted it. But yeah, it refreshes the ability. So long as you get a headshot and it kills. Or actually, no, it doesn't need to be a headshot. So long as... Or to kill. So long as you land a headshot, it'll constantly refresh your abilities. Your, her... It'll refresh her ability. That's a rat ogre. Ability is almost ready, so I can...
Unless you want burning to ash. A strangler comes. You should kill it swiftly.
Minor hiccup, but we're back on track. They gonna do anything here? Random boon. See what I get. When your block is broken, you gain 50%. Ooh, potion of lifesteal. I need that.
Wonder what they're made of.
Oh, that was not... I accidentally pulled out the bomb and not the potion of lifesteal I just picked up. I'm dead. 2 Chaos Warriors. Alright, we got another chance at life. So I had a Steam Cloud error and it disconnected me from that last game, so this is now a different game. No idea where we're at, but I did join someone who was just them, so now it's just me and one other player, which I'm fine with. But it's me and Barden again. I've actually never seen this map before in Chaos Waste, which is strange. So I wasn't sure if I don't remember if I mentioned it. I don't know how I don't know why I keep referring to it as Mortar Straws, but I don't know how Darktide could possibly work in a Chaos Waste-like type of game mode or a roguelite type of game mode involving chaos, because to my understanding, in the Age of Sigmar universe,
Might war reach us where your hut cannot
to my understanding of the
stand
Age of Sigmar universe, we're actually in the northern part of the world, and the northern part of the world right now is occupied by chaos, so they're physically in the same world as we are. Temper weapon? Yeah, I'll do that. Now, in the universe of Warhammer 40k, chaos does not exist separate. It does not coexist in the same world as. Oh, can I do something here? Oh, I keep getting. Okay. So as I was saying, chaos doesn't exist in the physical realm of the Warhammer 40k universe. Instead, it exists in the warp. But the warp acts differently in 40k as opposed to the warp. Actually, doesn't technically exist in the Age of Sigmar universe. It's actually just known as the Chaos Realm.
The path will clear.
Now, we're not in the Chaos Realm. Again, we're in the northern lands of the world, which are currently infested with chaos. In Darktide, I don't know how that would work, because if I remember right, according to Darktide, according to the lore for Warhammer 40k, if anyone who touches the warp, tries to go into the warp physically go into the warp, they'll literally dissolve into nothingness. So I don't know how Chaos Waste or something like it could work for Darktide. Maybe it could be something different, since Chaos is technically invading Tertium, but there's a whole lot of lore going on right now there's a lot of leeway happening right now with the way Chaos is invading Tertium in 40k, because you need conduits and portals and such, and you don't see any of that, which is weird, because we usually are not supposed to see Chaos spawns and the Beasts of Nurgles in the same realm as we are, because they need to have a conduit, a portal, so to speak, to actually invade our realm. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I got pounced. So, what was I saying before I got pounced? Something about the chaos stuff. So, yeah, there's gonna have to be a lot of leeway, unless they end up changing it. Makes oh, okay, I'm too distracted. Yeah, hang on. I gotta focus on not getting mauled by the pack swarm. Okay, as I was saying, so yeah, a lot of liberties will need to be taken with Darktide. I don't know how they can swing it if they were to make a roguelike mode work where it's all focused on chaos. Different weapon? Nah. But I'm sure they can work something out. I know for sure that having a roguelike mode like Chaos Waste would benefit greatly in Darktide. I can tell you one thing, I would be all over that mode if it made its way to Darktide, just because I am a much bigger fan of the 40k universe as opposed to Age of Sigmar. I really don't like the fantastical variant of Warhammer. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that do like Age of Sigmar. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Even though it's a little bit more darker, a little bit more gritty than 40k is. I mean, I'm sure you can just take one look at this game and you can already tell it's a lot darker in its own right compared to 40k. I mean, 40k is a much bigger universe because everything is very condensed in the Warhammer Age of Sigmar version. There is no space travel. There are no alternate worlds and all that. Everything just takes place within the self-confined world of Vermintide, or of Age of Sigmar. So, but again, I can't really say too much on the lore aspect of Age of Sigmar because I don't really know too much about it to begin with, just because it's not my favorite universe. I just like Vermintide too because it's fun. Alright, gotta get rid of these flag bearers. By taking out those flag bearers, we reduce the strength of the enemies. Ooh. Alright, I gotta switch to an archer for a bit. Oh, okay, good.
You did it! Don't forget to claim your reward.
Got standstill greater than 60% damage reduction, 10% attack speed. When hanging from a ledge, automatically recover. I'm gonna go for attack speed.
The banner channel starts notching.
That automatic ledge thing, that'd be really nice to have, but I don't really ledge myself too often because I'm a boss. But if I do ledge myself, then yeah, I'll regret it and come back to bite me in the ass if I, after saying that. So we gotta go this way. Again, I have not played this map before. This is a new map for me. And I've played a lot of Chaos Waste. I remember every single. Well, there's 15 different variants of the Chaos Waste map. And I don't know why I keep referring to them missions. They're called expeditions. Each individual mission, like what or battle that we're in, like we're in right now, it's called an expedition. About 15 to 20 minutes each. In total, takes about. Over there. Okay, we've got an assassin somewhere.
You're barely hanging on.
So what was I saying?
Sneak that. Watch your back.
You know, I forgot what I was saying because.
Stay alert for gunners, mayflies.
Piss on that rattling anyway.
I was saying something, I don't remember what. I don't know, it's early in the morning. This is actually the next day, actually, so because of that cloud error that I got disconnected from the game yesterday. It'll come back to me. I was talking about something.
Are we buried under the mountains? Where are we sung of under the mountains?
Where shall I kill him? Under the mountains. Where shall I leave him? Under the mountains.
You see, this is why I love Vermintide's dialogue. That we don't get something like that in Vermintide. I don't even know where we're supposed to go. Yeah, that was a wholesome little moment. I also forgot how to mark. Shit, I only got 10 arrows left. Ooh, that 10% attack speed is making a difference. Okay, who is that? That's Saltspire. Saltspire's way out there.
Where are the others? Guards, can't keep going. I hear the Pale Queen.
Okay, broke my guard. Lost contact with the host.